Welcome to the BioBalance Healthcast, episode 701. The secrets the DEA and the NIH hid from women. Part 2.
BioBalance Healthcast features conversations about anti-aging medicine. Your host is Dr. Kathy Maupin, Medical Director of BioBalance Health and a leading expert in treating symptoms of aging. Dr. Maupin is the author of The Secret Female Hormone, the seminal work about testosterone replacement therapy for women, and Got Testosterone, the award-winning book for men that helps men choose the most effective and safe form of testosterone replacement. These books are available on Amazon or from Dr. Maupin's office at BioBalance Health in St. Louis and in Kansas City. Dr. Maupin's office is currently accepting new patients.
Welcome to the BioBalance Healthcast. This is number 701, believe it or not. We were talking about estrogen, bioidentical estrogen, and the FDA and the NIH limiting our ability to get the hormones that we need prior to and after menopause. This is actually a story of something that we've accomplished. Secondary to our new director of the FDA, all of a sudden in October of 2025, after 23 years, we have won a war against women's, we won the war of getting women's health estrogen and bioidentical hormone replacement. The reason this is so important, because we were still able to get it somehow from some doctor, but not everyone was able to get it. And the second fact is, if the FDA doesn't approve it, insurance doesn't pay for it. So that's really important. Insurance should be now paying for bioidentical hormones and should be paying for women's estrogen replacement therapy. We have 2 down and 1 to go. They have now approved bioidentical estrogen, which is much better than synthesized estrogen from a chemistry set, basically, that the pharmaceutical companies make. It's much better for women. It's exactly what they make themselves. And they have now approved the ability of everyone and taken away the scare tactics of the FDA and the WHI study, so that we can now get estrogen that we need. So estrogen bioidentical hormones have now become available without fear. That's 2 down, 1 to go. Women still don't have the approval of the FDA for testosterone replacement. Young women literally have more testosterone than estradiol circulating in their bodies. We are only replacing the estradiol portion when we get to menopause, but the testosterone portion matters. The testosterone portion is our libido, our sex drive, our clear brain, our memory, which doesn't seem to be good on me today, our recall. It is something that we all need when our ovaries completely shrivel up and go away. It is not true that women make more testosterone in menopause than they did before menopause. It just goes away just like estrogen does. Your ovary's the only organ that makes it. So when your ovary shrivels up to the size of a bean, then it's not doing anything. So you're not getting testosterone. So if all of a sudden your husband doesn't look appealing to you when he looked appealing to you for the last 15 years, then it's very possible that all that is a chemical problem where you need your testosterone back, and estrogen doesn't touch that. That is not at all helped by estrogen. Estrogen just, in terms of sex, estrogen just keeps sex from being painful, but it doesn't make you want it. Testosterone makes you want it. And it also helps with orgasms. So we still don't have approval of any testosterone product. We are working off-label at where I work and when I have always prescribed bioidentical testosterone to people. I've done that since 1986. It was never approved, but you could still get it. You could still have a compounding pharmacy make it, and I have a lot of experience with it. We had a chance a decade ago when a company went out on a limb and developed a patch that had testosterone in it. Women could get their testosterone by just putting on a patch. It went through a 3-year trial with the FDA, and then all of a sudden they said, "Oh, you can't do this. I am not going to approve you." So the whole company just kind of folded because it might cause women to have facial hair. Well, first of all, women after menopause often have facial hair because of their adrenal glands. They make a kind of androgen that isn't helpful to us, but does cause facial hair, and it does thin our hair. But testosterone doesn't. It works to make our hair thicker, and it does give us a different kind of hair problem, but some of us have always had a hair problem. It's not a big deal, and it's certainly not life or death. Not a good reason for the FDA to not approve a medicine. Usually they don't approve something because it's too dangerous. Recently, they've even passed medicines that are so expensive that nobody can afford them. So they used to kind of look at the price. They don't do that anymore. So this isn't a big problem because I've still used testosterone in the pellet form. And that is, it's very effective for women. It's very effective and safe for men as well. So here's one thing that is very interesting about testosterone. Just think, they blocked us from getting an easy way to get testosterone, which is a patch. So the masses of women who need it couldn't get it. And then they haven't blocked, thank God, testosterone pellets that we can get and use off-label. Here's what testosterone does besides just your sex drive, building bones, making your muscles bigger and stronger, and keeping you from being in a wheelchair when you're old, if you keep taking these. Testosterone prevents or delays the onset of Alzheimer's disease. So if you have a gene for Alzheimer's disease, or God forbid both genes, and you take testosterone, and you normally would have had Alzheimer's at 70, you get an extra 10 years. And that is one of the good things that testosterone does. On that same subject, if you also take estradiol and testosterone, you get a 20-year delay in the onset of your Alzheimer's, and maybe they'll have a cure by then or a prevention. But I find this to be worthy of preventing big diseases that hamper so many people's lives. Everybody in the family is involved when somebody has Alzheimer's disease and dementia. So this is something that is a big cost to society because those folks can't go out and work and do what they used to do. They have to take care of one person in the house because they can't take care of themselves. Or they have to be in a nursing home, which is even a greater cost monetarily, not as much cost to the people in the family. But that's one of the things, just one of the things testosterone prevents. Another is that it prevents osteoporosis. If you have osteoporosis, they give you a drug that makes your bones look thicker, but it's like, somebody told me, it's like making your house stronger by putting bricks on the inside in a little pile. It isn't making your bones stronger, it just makes them look better on x-ray so that doctors feel better. If you take testosterone and you take estrogen, your bones get stronger. We can follow osteoporosis or DEXA screening and see that. It is very important to your length of life and your quality of life that you have strong bones and that you have good muscles. That keeps you moving. It keeps your body moving. You can get around. You can get in and out of a chair. You can get up and down off of a toilet. If you don't have that, then you can't take care of yourself. That leads us to having a long life, and a long life in a nursing home or with someone else like our poor children taking care of us. Testosterone is a huge hormone for both men and women, but only women have been deprived of this by the FDA. Not only does it help osteoporosis or prevent it, but it helps depress mood. Testosterone helps women feel better. They feel better about themselves. They feel happier. But if you have a sex life again, you always feel happier too. It also keeps your blood flowing and using the blood sugar that you have, so it usually decreases the severity of diabetes, or decreases the severity of prediabetes, even backing people up into not having diabetes at all. So we see the success all the time with our pellets. Let me digress for 1 second. The form of your testosterone and the form of your estrogen matters. The way it is given to you. In other words, is it oral? Testosterone is not given orally because it can damage your liver if it is. Going through this GI tract, that's not a good way to take testosterone. So testosterone can't really be given orally, but it can be given as a patch or a pellet, and it can be given as a cream or a gel. But I'll tell you that nothing works like the pellets. When you give somebody a cream or a gel, as it goes through the skin, 60% actually turns into the estrogen we don't want, called estradiol. That actually counteracts the good part of the testosterone. So you start feeling better, and then all of a sudden you don't feel better again. Up the dose, and you start feeling better, and then you don't, because it starts counteracting it after a few weeks. So I don't view the gel as a good option, especially for women. The estradiol gives you belly fat, makes you kind of feel confused. So you don't want a lot of that. If you use the patch, it doesn't do as much of that because it has been made into a type of testosterone that isn't going to cause so much estrogen, but it's just not going to be as good as the pellets. So that's why I only use testosterone pellets for women. So what you should be fighting for is your future. You should be fighting for your rights to be an equal with the other half of society. And you should be fighting for your daughters to have free reign over their own hormones as time goes on. But I want you to remember, you paid for this. You paid these folks in the FDA and the NIH with your tax dollars. And they took it and they fooled you, and they're not transparent. So I want you to think about being as mad as I am and saying I'm not going to take it anymore, and talking to your congresswoman, congressman, or talking to your senator. And it doesn't happen from the state, so you have to go to the federal senators and congresspeople and write them. Email them. Tell them you want to have testosterone approved by the FDA, and you're not going to take it anymore. Thank you for listening. I know that this is more social action, but it's our way of getting people to feel better and to be better. I'm fine. I get my testosterone through pellets. Not everybody can afford it or want it in that way. So you need to get the government behind you, since you are paying their salaries. Thank you.
Email your questions or comments to podcast@biobalancehealth.com. You can find the BioBalance Healthcast on iTunes and on YouTube. For more information about bioidentical hormone pellet therapy and other reverse aging solutions, visit biobalancehealth.com or call 314-993-0963. You can find Dr. Maupin on Twitter @Dr. Kathy Maupin and on Facebook at facebook.com/BioBalance Health.